Were you excited to play alongside Ronaldo? How does that feel? Do you just see yourself as...
Oh, I went to Inter to play with him. When I saw him, I said, I came to Inter to play with you. Then we became best friends. And
that was real? That was really how you felt? You went there...
He was like from another planet, you know? And the thing is that you don't understand that he's from another planet until you play with him. Then you freak out. It's like, who is this guy? It's very hard to explain. Like the 3 years that we stayed together, it's just, he was like, I say, kissed by God, you know? Baciato da Dio. He's just born to play. Because I'm very direct. I said, I came here to play with you. And
how did he respond?
He started laughing. I said, that's okay. And he was, then we started going out, we went out, but he's a very nice guy, so.
He influenced you to go to the nightclubs too?
No, it was me, but I didn't really feel the pressure, because for me it was fun. I don't have any regrets, because I always did what I wanted.
You're watching Kickin It, presented by Modelo.
Welcome along to Kickin It, presented by Modelo. I'm Kate Scott, and my guest today is one of the most prolific goal scorers in Italian football and also one of the most colourful personalities in Italian football history. No player has scored more goals for Italy at the World Cup, and few have dated more supermodels. After football, he moved to Miami, Florida, became a DJ and a social media sensation. These days, he's a happily married, doting father of 2, but he still has big opinions on life and football. Good to see you, Christian Vieri.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
It was interesting for me, kind of obviously watching that. We see you in the Italian colours. I've always thought of you as an Italian great, and then preparing for this interview, I hadn't even realised that you grew up in Australia. What part of your identity is Australian, do you think? Is there an Australian part of you?
Maybe my accent.
It is, weirdly, yeah.
I think I still have the Australian accent. And that's it, because I left when I was 14. I went there when I was 4, played some cricket, and then my dream was to play in the World Cup and in Serie A. So when I was 14 years old, I said to my father, I want to go to Italy. So
did your family go back with you?
No. I went by myself, went to my grandfather's house in Tuscany, where my father's from. And they came after, I think, 3-4 years.
Oh, wow.
So I was there by myself.
Did you feel Italian?
Not really.
No?
No, because I was always in shorts, because in Italy, you have to get dressed properly, okay? And I was always in shorts.
You were a surfer.
With slippers, you know what I mean? So you could see that I wasn't from Italy.
Okay.
But then slowly, I started getting used to the culture of Italy.
And your grandfather knew that you were going back because what you wanted was to be a footballer?
He was the only one that believed in me. When I called him and I said, I want to come play soccer. He said, okay, come here. I'm going to take you around, do some tryouts. And after like 3-4 months, I played 1 game. And after that game, he said to my auntie, we have to keep him here, because if he stays here, he's going to become one of the biggest strikers in the world. So,
he saw that in you?
Yeah, only he did that.
Did you think it would happen? Did you have the same belief he did?
I don't know if I had the same belief as him, but it was my dream. Like when people ask me, when I go do conventions, they say, because people ask me, do dreams come true? And I said, yes, they come true. I'm one of the kids that his dream came true, because I was 14 years old playing in Sydney at Marconi Club. And I wanted to go play the World Cup, and I wanted to go play for Serie A. So I think that if you put your mind to where you want to give everything you have, you know, dreams can come true. So I was fortunate that, you know, my dream came true.
Was it because your father was a professional footballer as well? That's why you guys moved to Sydney, because he signed a contract out there, right? Was it because you saw what your father was doing and you thought that's the kind of lifestyle I'd like too, or did you just genuinely thought I'm really good at this?
I just wanted to play. I loved the sport, and I just wanted to play soccer. And I knew that to play soccer, I had to leave. I had to go to Italy and play my cards and see what happened. And I was 14, huh?
It's young.
Very, very young. But I have a hard character, you know, so I said, I want to go play. So I left.
Were there a lot of knockbacks that you had to deal with?
Of course.
Yes?
Yeah, of course. Everyone's saying to me that I was trying out, because when I went there, I was going to do tryouts, you know, with teams. And everyone was saying that I was doing the tryouts because my father was a soccer player, you know? When I was going around at the
Did it open doors for you, though?
No.
You don't think so?
Maybe to do the tryouts. Because
Right.
my father and my grandfather, they knew like the clubs, but only to do the tryouts. Then you gotta show something. You know, they're not gonna get you because you're the son of a soccer player. You know, maybe it can happen the first year, but you're never gonna play. You know, so I always thought about being strong, thinking about myself, and wanting to play. So I always had that dream. You know.
So what was your breakthrough moment? What was the moment where you realized you'd really made it?
I think when I played for Atalanta in
So that was
Serie A.
the second time you initially started in Serie A, go to Serie B. You spent I think 3 seasons in Serie B.
Yeah, because those days I was with Torino, and the young guys that would send you away in 2nd division and 3rd division to play, to get experience.
Yeah.
So I went to Pisa 6 months, went to Ravenna, went to Venezia. I went there 2 weeks ago with my daughters. Crazy. And then I went to Serie A with Atalanta. And that's when I said, maybe I'm gonna become a Serie A soccer player.
How did you deal with the time in Serie B? Was that?
Oh, it was horrible.
Was it?
I didn't like it. My focus was, I have to hurry up and get to the Serie A. But the thing is that I wasn't even playing that well, so the coach would say like, yeah, okay, you want to go to Serie A, but you gotta show me. Like my manager would say, okay, you want to go to Serie A and play, but you gotta show everyone on the Sunday when you play that you're good enough to go.
And then it's crazy because looking at your kind of bio, I think it's 2 years after you were in Serie B, you're then playing in a Champions League final for Juventus. It's a crazy ascendancy in your career. Was that hard to kind of like stay grounded?
No, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Best. Like, the thing is that when I went to Juventus, my father played for Juventus.
Okay.
Okay, so it was crazy. And my brother, he was in the youth of Juventus, so he was living with me. And everything happened so quick. From Venezia, Serie B, 2nd division, went to Atalanta, then Juventus. And then I find myself playing a final of the Champions League. Like, I couldn't believe it, but it was amazing. It was amazing. Like, the best thing that can happen to a soccer player when you go to a big team like that and you play these competitions.
The other side of it is like the notoriety in the streets of wherever you are in Italy, being recognized. Did that matter to you?
It's fun.
Did it?
At the beginning, it's fun. Because,
And later on, you get tired of it?
Later on, no, because you want to stay by yourself. You don't
Right.
want, like, sometimes you need your space, But at the end, it's part of the game, So at the end, it's okay because you're doing a job that's the most, I think, famous job in the world. And everyone wants to play that. Everyone wants to play soccer, So you're famous and, you got to deal with it, but it's okay. Sometimes you need that moment to stay by yourself. But 99% of the time, it's fun.
Did your father ever get to play international football?
No, he played under 23 with the Italian team, but no more than that.
So how proud of a moment was that for you to tell your
He would
father
never
that you'd
like
been
he would never
selected?
say good. He never said to me, "You did good today."
Not once?
No, he would say, like, how crazy, huh? He would see how I was if I went to sleep late at night. He would see that the first time I touched the ball, like the first time the ball would come, he would see if I'm okay or not.
Oh, he could read you that well.
Yeah. So, and I could see him straight away in the fan zone, Like I would go and I would see him straight away, him and my mother. And so after the game, I would go home. If I had scored, everything is okay. If I didn't score, he would be on the couch. I'd go on the couch. You would see my mother and my sister in the kitchen. They would bring me the tea, the biscuits, and then they would go in the kitchen, close the kitchen.
But you felt somehow that he was proud of you.
Yeah, of course. But he never told me.
Interesting.
But the fathers, those, because like I was speaking with my friends, when was it, last week in Milan, they are my age. Their father never gave them a hug. Like my friend said, in 45 years, my father never hugged me once.
You think it's a generational thing?
Yes, because now my daughters, they say, Bobo, go away, enough. Bobo, go away, don't hug me, that's enough.
Because you're on top of them.
Yeah, like 24/7. Like.
What about when you played in the World Cup for Italy? Was that, even if he didn't verbalize it, did you know that was a moment for him? Did he say something that let you know?
No, they would come to watch the games, but it was a moment for me. Like, every game I played, I was always okay. like concentrated, but I didn't feel anything. In the World Cups, during the week, we were training, you know, like in France, in Japan, everything was okay. The morning of the game, my heartbeat, my heart rate would go faster. I could feel it. It was crazy. Like, now it's like bam, bam, bam. When the day of the game, it would be going bam, 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 bam. Like.
So whilst you didn't feel the pressure at Inter or Juve, you felt it in the national team shirt?
Yeah. Like, because you're playing for all the Italians all over the world. I could feel that thing there. Like, the way I grew up in Australia, seeing that team far away, and then playing after 20 years with that shirt, I could feel that I had a big responsibility. And it was beautiful. Beautiful, like I was in paradise.
You're watching Kickin It, presented by Modelo.
As successful as you were personally, were there still other players? Because you've played with like an incredible list of like some of the greats in football. Were you excited to play alongside Ronaldo? How does that feel? Do you just see yourself as...
Oh, I went to Inter to play with him. When I saw him, I said, I came to Inter to play with you. Then we became best friends. And
that was real? That was really how you felt?
Yeah.
You went there because you felt like that would be part of your success, or because you admired him? What was that?
Oh, well, he was like from another planet, you know? And the thing is that you don't understand that he's from another planet until you play with him. Then you freak out. It's like, who is this guy? It's very hard to explain. Like the 3 years that we stayed together, it's just, he was like, I say, kissed by God, you know, baciato da Dio. He's just born to play soccer, and he's just so good in everything, you know, that I've never seen anyone in my 30 years that was as good as him. But he was just like, not even players that get near him. He was just so good, you know. So I went there because I'm very direct. I said, I came here to play with you. And
how did he respond?
He started laughing. I said, that's okay. And he was. Then we started going out. We went out, but he's a very nice guy. So
he influenced you to go to the nightclubs too?
No, it was me. But he's very nice. He's a very nice guy. Always smiling. That's why everyone loves him, because he's always smiling, you know. And, you know, we were going out. Clarence was there, a lot of players. We had fun, you know. Thing is that was very...
Seedorf, were you talking about?
Yeah, Clarence, because he came after... he came in September, I think. Yeah, the first game. The first or second game he came, Clarence. So we had a very, very strong team, you know. Blanc came, a lot of players came, so, you know, we were supposed to win the league, and, you know, we didn't win the league, so... We had a lot of pressure, but you know it was fun. It was fun because the stadium was 90,000 every game, you know, to watch us win. So it was a lot of adrenaline, and we had a lot of fun.
I wanted to get your thoughts on the state of Italian football, where you think Italian football is at right now. Missed 2 World Cups, is it? I mean, that had to hurt.
Oh.
The Italian heart is a heart that loves football.
So I go crazy when the national team plays. Like, I love watching the national team play.
More than anything else?
I suffer. Like,
okay.
When we don't win games, I suffer. Not playing 2 World Cups is the worst thing that could happen to Italian football. I go to a place in Milan, it's called Mimos, for 25 years. I've been going every day, lunchtime. I had my table, you know? And we, like, our table's 6, 8, 10 people. We speak about this every day. Soccer, Inter, Milan, Juve, then we go speak about the national team, we all go crazy. We can't find an answer. It's just, you win the Euros, and then we don't go to the World Cup. I don't know. I think that Italian football's, the way it was like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, it's getting better now. We have better players, I think so. I think the Italian teams this year so and so, but the last 2, 3 years, even in Europe, they did well. Inter went to a final, Rome did 2 finals, 1-1, lost 1. Fiorentina did 2 finals, lost both. You know, the Conference League and all that. So I think better. Atalanta last year won the Europa Cup. You know, so I think slowly, they're getting better. Of course, we haven't got the money that we used to have 25 years ago. Those presidents, we haven't got those presidents anymore that would spend a lot of money, like Berlusconi, like Moratti, like Sensi from Rome, Cragnotti from Lazio, that would spend money, you know. Agnelli is still there.
Is that why you feel like some of the bigger star players that we used to see in Italy, we don't see them as much? Like since Ronaldo left, it feels like there's a gap in that area. Of course,
I think that all the players now are going to England because they have more money to give. So you're going to get all of the players except Barcelona, Real. Like, they're the two teams in Atletico, the three teams in Spain. For the rest, the money that they have in England, we can't compare with the money, the contracts and buying players, you know. They make a lot more money than us, so, you know, we're suffering. But I think that Inter is doing good now. Inter in the last 3-4 years, even if they cannot spend, they're buying good players. I think now for the Italian teams, the scouting has to be very, very good. Because when you haven't got the money, you need the scouting to go see players. You gotta go get players that are young players. So you have to have a good scouting academy, so you can go, because when you haven't got the budgets anymore, you got to go find players that don't cost too much, but are very good. And I think that Inter, Atalanta, I think they're doing a fantastic job. Fiorentina, Bologna, I think they're doing an amazing job. And that's where we are now. We haven't got the money like we used to have 20 years ago, that you can go buy the Ronaldos and the Seedorfs and whoever you want. Those players, the English teams are buying them now, or, you know, the Spanish teams. So we're behind, but so now I think that now you have to work more on the coaches and on the scouting teams.
You talked about the fact that as a football fan, you feel like you look at the national team and you live that very intensely, more intensely maybe than any other club football. Is that because of your personal experience wearing the shirt and what that meant to you personally, or why is that?
I had a good thing with the national team. It was my dream. So when your dream comes true from when you're like 13 years old, it's different when you put the shirt on, you know? So, like, I remember when I went to the under-21 team, Cesare Maldini, Papa's father, was the coach, you know? And Tardelli was the second coach. So I was playing in Turin, the Primavera, with the youth, and he calls me. I go, okay. I go there. I have a good experience. So everyone in Torino, they were happy for me, you know? And I get there and I see Cesare Maldini won the World Cup in '82, and Tardelli that scored, like, best players in the world, you know what I mean? Like, coaching-wise. And I was saying, why am I here, you know? So we stayed the week in training, and we were playing against Switzerland that game, the Saturday. And I didn't think, I thought I was going to go on the tribune to watch the game, you know? First time he calls you, never said anything to me, Paolo's father. Then trained the whole week, everything was okay. Then, day of the game, he does the formation. I'm playing number 9.
Oh, wow.
Like, I'm freaking out. I'm going, how can this be true? And so they give me the shirt. I put the shirt on. It was an incredible feeling. Like, I didn't start crying, but, like, I had teardrops. Like, teardrops is the right word?
Yeah.
Like, I was 17 years old. I said, look at this shirt. It's the Azzurri shirt, you know? Played the game, scored. We won 1-0, and I scored the goal. And Paolo's father never took me off from that game there. We played 4 years together with under-21, and then he brought me to the first team, you know, to the World Cup.
What do you consider as your peak of your footballing career? Is it your time at Inter feels like the club that you're most associated with or most remembered for? Yes,
because I stayed 6 years. It was there was a lot of pressure because I was with Ronaldo. We were supposed to win the league, and it was very hard to win the league because those years in Italy, there were 7 teams that had to win the league, so it was very, very hard. So that was a lot of pressure, but I had a good time in Inter. I had a fantastic time in Atletico, and sometimes I would say I should have stayed there a couple of more years because I think it's the most fun competition to play. In Italy, there's a lot of catenaccio, a lot of let's try not to concede a goal. And in Spain, it's like let's go score more goals than the other team, you know.
How does Italian football get back on top?
I don't know, very hard. I'm not Harry Potter, I don't know. It's very hard to beat Italian teams. Yes, we've always had big soccer players, you know? The last 15, 20 years, not so much. Our problem is the strikers for the last 20 years. Since we all retired, we've had a lot, like 15, 20 years, a lack of strikers. Before we used to have a lot of strikers, like very, very good strikers that would be scoring a lot of goals in Italy and that wouldn't even be caught in the national team, you know. Now, we don't have so much. And, you know, we're suffering there because at the end, the Italian teams, tactically, they're always okay, you know.
So is that a long way of saying that you don't see Italy?
No, I see, like I saw the coach Spalletti, I said to him, you found your center forward, eh?
Who?
Keane, from Fiorentina. Because he would show things, like in Juventus last year, he would show and not show. But I know that a guy like him because I think that if you're physically big, you need to play every Sunday 90 minutes. If it's not in Juventus, you go wherever you want, you gotta go play 90 minutes every game. So I'm happy that he played. Phenomenal this year, very, very good. And I think if he's in good condition in the World Cup, if we qualify, of course, he's gonna score because he's very, very strong. I think he can be one of the big strikers in Europe.
Did Spalletti agree with you?
Yes, he said, yes, let's see. I said, don't tell me about seeing strikers, I know already.
You're watching Kickin It, presented by Modelo.
I think it's fair to say you were in the media a lot for your lifestyle outside of the pitch.
From Madrid, when I went to Madrid the year after.
Okay.
I would follow my teammates, stay for. And everyone was going out, so I was going out too.
Any regrets about that period of your life? Because a lot of your private life was made public in
I don't have any
newspapers.
regrets because I always did what I wanted. So, of course you make mistakes, but you can't. It's easy now to say I shouldn't have done that. If I did in that moment, that means that I wanted to do it. Maybe I made a mistake, of course, and I take the responsibilities of my mistakes. But, you know, in Madrid, everyone was going out. Maybe I went out too much. Okay, I know that.
Did you ever think it affected your football?
Maybe, yes, because I hurt myself 2 or 3 times. I had muscle problems, so it's probably because of that. But, you know, you have fun, you go around. I was scoring goals, I was playing for Atletico. It was like, it was fun. It was fun because I was going out with my teammates, so, you know, we were having a good time.
Were there many lows for you in football, or did you not feel like you experienced them?
No, there was one low when I broke my knee before the World Cup. That's the only low. Playing, missing goals, scoring, that was okay with me. I didn't really care because I would train hard. And of course now, if you ask me, would you go out when you're in Madrid every night? I would say no.
Right.
Because now I would say, like, I scored 1 goal a game. You know what, now I would say, but when I'm 51, I would say, you know what, I'm gonna stay home and try to score 2 goals a game. But it's too easy to say now, you know?
Do you think the going out is how you dealt with part of that pressure?
But for
it's
me,
like a release in some ways, no?
I don't know, I don't know, because I didn't really feel the pressure. Because for me, it was fun. Like, I'm playing the best sport in the world, for me.
As a goal scorer, though, if the goals run thin, there's always pressure, isn't there? Patience.
Yeah, but I was scoring, so I didn't have the pressure.
Okay.
So I was feeling okay.
Obviously there was invasion in your private life in terms of people wanting to know who you're being seen with, which women you're being seen with. That was kind of a big part of the public narrative around you.
What can I do? I couldn't stop it. Like, I don't bother, I don't think about...
You could have lived differently. It would have stopped it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is that, like, I'm 25, 26 years old. We're on vacation. I'm gonna go to the clubs. That's it. I'm gonna go to the clubs, like, in the summer, 1 month vacation. I'm going out 30 days. I have 30 days off or 20 days off. I'm going out 20 days. I'm till 6 in the morning because I mean, I'm at home the whole year. We're going around. We're playing every 3 days. So I need to relax, enjoy, and have fun because I'm still a 26-year-old. So I didn't really care about that stuff there. It didn't really bother me. As long as I would train good and I would focus on scoring, I was okay with the rest. I didn't really care.
Did you mind that was how you were seen? Kind of the playboy persona?
No,
Did
but
it bother you?
the thing is, I wasn't a playboy. They would say that, but I wasn't, you know? Of course, I'm single. I'm gonna have fun. Like, meet people, meet girls, and have fun. But like, I would go out like everyone else. Thing is that if I was in another position, they probably wouldn't be speaking about me. But I was a striker, I would be scoring goals, so they gotta speak about someone.
Right.
That's how I thought about that.
What did bother you during your playing career? Were the experiences, you said the pressure didn't get to you? Was there anything that you did struggle to deal with?
No, the thing is that like today, like when I was playing, the journalists, because I didn't have a good relationship with journalists, because they were always inventing a lot of shit. Okay, so the way I am, I wouldn't talk to them, I would go against them. So now, today, you got the social media. I would do interviews on my social media platform and say, guys, I didn't, because they would say I would go out, I did this, I did that. That would make things up.
Now you have the power to respond.
Now I can respond. Those days, 20 years ago, you couldn't respond. You had nothing to respond to.
So whatever was printed felt
change.
like it was true.
Huh?
Whatever was printed felt like it was true. People just assumed
that's what
fact.
people thought.
Yes.
I had a couple of friends, journalists. They know how I am, but most of the time they just, because the thing is that those days you had to sell papers. So you got to write about someone. But it's like I know the sports in the world. Huh? It's not only me. I'm not the first one.
Did you find it hard to have, like, was it hard to have friends being in football? I'm just imagining it might be hard to find people who you can trust.
No, of course. That's another thing. You're going to find a lot of friends around. When you're famous, you find everything. To trust is different.
Did you only trust people within football?
Huh?
Did you only trust people within football?
No, I trust other people. But the less you trust, the better it is.
You still feel like that?
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, you feel like you have a coach's eye. Did you ever think about being involved in football at that level?
No, I got the license like 2 years ago. I went there with a couple of my ex-teammates. I got the UEFA and the UEFA B. I have to do the Masters.
Do you plan to do that? So why did you do the license then?
I don't know, because let me go see. Let me go, because it was Del Piero, it was De Rossi, it was a group of us, you know. So I said, okay, let's go see. Let's go try and do it. We did it. We got the UEFA and UEFA B. Now you have to do the Masters. But I said, I'm okay. I don't want to coach anyway, so not now anyway. Not even in the future, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay with what I am. I like to talk about strikers.
Okay.
But coaching for me is the worst job in soccer.
Thankless?
Huh?
Thankless.
What does that mean?
They don't.
Yeah, thankless.
Yes.
So listen, if you win, it's the players.
Right.
Plays and the president and the director. When you lose, it's just your fault. You're the dummy, you know. So I say, you know what?
Don't need it.
I don't need it in my life. You get criticized every game. Even when you win, why'd you take him off? Why'd you put him on? You know, you're getting effing from everyone.
You got friends in management though, right? Conceição, Inzaghi.
I got friends everywhere. They're all cuckoo.
Has management made them cuckoo?
You see his hair. Inzaghi's got grey hair. Like I said, you look like my grandfather. What are you doing? Where are you going like that?
Is that what coaching has done to him?
Of course. You know, when he was playing, he wouldn't eat. Now he even eats less. Like he weighs 25 kilos. You gotta eat some pasta, my friend. What are you doing? But he likes it. He has fun. So, but it's very hard, eh?
You're watching Kickin It, presented by Modelo.
You tried a whole bunch of different things after your football career, right? You did, I think you had your own talk show, which you started yourself. You also were an analyst for beIN Sports, so you were being a pundit for football. You DJ, which you still do.
Not anymore.
Do you not?
You know why?
Why?
Because they make me play at 3 in the morning. I'm too tired.
Old.
I'm too old. I'm too tired. You know what time? I go to sleep at 9 o'clock at night.
Dang.
No,
So
I stopped.
That night, like the nightlife is not for you anymore.
No, but I had fun, huh?
Do you think you were naturally good at it, or it was something you
I
had
was
to?
okay. I was okay.
Okay. Why did you want to do it?
Because I like music. So I said, let's go DJ.
What was your genre?
What was my what?
Like the genre of music. What were you playing?
House music. And then I had a girl that she was singing, and I had the trumpet.
Oh, so you
Guy
would
was playing
create
a
your
trumpet.
own sounds.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. But it was just like, I would finish at 5:30 in the morning.
And was it just, did you feel that you needed to kind of, did you need to rebuild after football? Did you need to start a new life, or it was just something, this is something that's fun to me? And
I do what I like. Like if from one day to the other, I said, I'm going to move to Miami. I want to go find a job. I start working in Miami. I want to live in America because I love America. So I said, I want to go live in America. And so I went to Miami, and there, I had friends there. That's it.
What do you love about America?
I think that if you have a dream in America, dreams can come true in America. You can have more of a possibility that your dream can come true in America.
You think that's more true than in Europe, for example?
Yes, I think so. Very hard in Europe. It's very hard. I think...
But your whole life story is that you made your dream come true in Europe.
Yes, but I know. But maybe if I wanted to become a basketball player, I would have went to America. I don't know. But I think that America can give you the opportunity to become someone, more than in Europe, more than in Italy.
Got you.
So I love the 6 years that I stayed, 7 years that I stayed in America.
Do you still do a lot of TV?
Not that much.
Do you miss that?
No, I stay home.
Do you not miss, because you were obviously extremely high profile in terms of your playing career, extremely high profile off the pitch. You were a player that was talked about, watched, everybody wanted to know what was going on with you. And now you've kind of settled into this life where you've got 3 million followers on Instagram, you still have a huge following, but you're not looking for that notoriety. It doesn't feel like, I always thought that was kind of like a drug, that people, it's something that people can get addicted to, no?
I'm okay. I have the 2 girls, my 2 girls, and I'm okay with that.
Do you miss the game?
I go watch Inter play at home. So they play every 3 days. So when I want to go, I go see the games with my friends. But
some players will say they miss the dressing room. You don't feel like that?
Yes, but the thing is that we've got the pedal now.
Oh, so
the pedal, because I play with my ex-teammates.
Okay.
So that's like being in the dressing room. Same thing.
You still have that?
I'm playing with Luca Toni, a pedal game, and Locatelli, another soccer player. And I'm playing with Torrisi, that play with me in Atletico. So all ex-players we're playing. So it's like being in the dressing room. It's still like being in the dressing room.
Do you make it interesting? Do you put money on it?
I can't say that. I can't say that on TV.
That's a yes.
We play dinners.
Who buys dinner?
I pay for everyone most of the time.
Does that mean you lose most of the time?
Because they're very, very good. Because they're skinnier than me.
Okay.
So after like 45 minutes, I'm like, I can't take it no more.
How old are you now, if you don't mind?
51.
51. So you're now happily married,
Ooh,
father
yes.
of 2 daughters. How long ago you met your wife?
No, I knew her for a long time.
Okay.
It's just that I had a girlfriend, she had a boyfriend, so we would go to the same places.
When the timing was right.
Yeah. And then 6, 7 years ago, we started texting, and then after 3 months, I said to her, we started going out. Then after 3 months, I said, let's have a baby.
Wow.
Crazy. We're like...
Is that thing where people say, if you know, you know?
Yeah. So after 7 years, we're still together. We have 2 daughters.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Did you always think, so back in your younger days when you're playing football, did you always think this would be a phase of life that you would get into at some point? Fatherhood, married
The way
life?
I was living, no. Because then I moved to Miami. I was single, I was by myself, I was having fun, I was working. I didn't think I would become a father because I was already 40. I said, I'm not going to find the right woman, When I talk with my friends, because they were married and have kids, and I said, why don't you have kids?
Was it more about thinking you wouldn't find the right person, or was it just not a lifestyle you were interested in?
I didn't think I was going to find the right person.
Okay.
And then, at the end...
What made the right person for you? What was important to you?
It's not just one thing, it's everything, You just know. It's hard to explain,
Did she know with you? Was she sure?
No.
No?
You can't be sure with me, no. She knew that. She didn't know what she was getting into, right? She said, okay, let's see what happens.
Has fatherhood changed you?
Yes, 100%. I'm another person.
What's it changed?
Everything. I wake up 6:30 every morning. We have breakfast. I take the girls to school. I get them dressed. It's like a fashion show in my house. Because I have the uniform, and they never want to put the uniform. And you got to put the sneakers with the strap, not with the laces. And it's a fight every morning. But I have the uniforms. It's just that you got the skirt, and you got the jacket, and you got the pants, you got the tracksuit. So
you have to impose the rules.
Yeah, if they want, if it's today's a tracksuit, they want to put the pants. It's like just
You showed me a picture before. It's your screensaver, your two little girls. They're very, very cute. Can you say no to them?
No. Like, I go home, like when I'm going home after meetings or some stuff, I go buy them something. And she says, my wife, what'd you buy this for? You can't do that. You just can't give every day like this. You're gonna spoil them. And I said to her, you know what it's called? I love. So it's very hard to say.
Have you passed your love of football on to them? Do they like football?
No. So Isabel's doing, she's a smaller one. She's doing swimming now.
She's 5 years old?
Yeah. And Stella, she's 5 years old on the 25th. And Stella, she's horse. Going with the horse now.
Okay.
So,
but they're both athletic,
they
then
call
they're
me
both
Bobo
gifted.
Goal. Like in the morning, Bobo Goal, Bobo, let's go see Inter, eh? But not yet, no, they do what they want, so. I have to take them to the park nearly every day, so that's very hard.
Okay. Do you think that people around you have noticed the difference in you? They see you as because you said I'm like a different person. Do people around you see that?
I'm more calm now.
Yeah?
With them, I'm very calm.
You're not you don't have a bad temper. You're not somebody who could.
No, before, yes, now, no. Now,
do you think it'd be different with a boy?
I have
you
no
had a
idea.
son?
I have no idea. If I was young, I would have had 4 or 5 girls, I tell you the truth.
Okay.
Girls are amazing.
What do you like about being a girl dad?
I like the little one, she says every morning, Papa, ti voglio tanto bene. Best thing in the world. You can't get it. The love you have for your kids is just incredible. I didn't think it was going to be that emotional. And the first day that the doctor gave me the Stella, she put it in my hand, it's crazy. Never felt an emotion that strong. So then, it's crazy. Having 2 girls is just amazing. Best thing that I did in my life.
Were you there when they were born?
Yeah. The first one, yes. The second one, we had the COVID, so I couldn't
You weren't
go.
allowed in the room?
Yeah, I took her to the hospital and then I had to leave.
Wow.
I tried to pay the doctor, but he said, you gotta leave. I tried to...
You tried to bribe him?
with a bunch of money, like trying to... And I couldn't, I had to go home. But the first one, yes, still I was behind her.
Life-changing moment?
Best in the world.
Very cool.
Best in the world.
Do you ever watch clips with them? Do you ever stick on YouTube? Let me see.
No, I don't watch my...
Daddy was a baller?
No, I don't watch that. No.
Why not?
No, because I don't like watching my goals. No, I don't like it. They call me when...
Why would you not like watching your goals? I don't get it.
Because I don't like it. I don't know, I've never... Since I stopped playing, I don't look at my goals. They call me when there's a publicity, I'm on TV. Papa, you're on TV.
They get excited?
Yeah. But, no, I don't... We have the Inter jerseys, like Vieri 32, Stella 32, Isabel 32, Coco 32. And we go to the stadium, they have fun with that, but that annoys it that I played. They say, why is everyone saying hello to you? I said, because I used to play. Oh, okay. That's why they call you Bobo Goal, so they have fun.
Do you think you'll take him out to the World Cup, maybe? Coming up in America. Would you be interested in taking, like, a family trip?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah?
Let's see.
All right, let's see.
Let's see what happens.
Christian, we appreciate you coming through.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
You may interrupt me, yeah.
So they've told me that, people have told me that you speak English, French, German, Spanish,
yes.
And why not Italian? Best language in the world.
I wasn't blessed to spend any time in Italy. I would love to. I just haven't had the opportunity. 4 is enough for me.
Okay, then.
One day, maybe. Can I give you a hug? Thank you. I appreciate your time.